Welcome to the Startup Grind.
Talk about angel investing. You've invested in Square, in Twitter, Foursquare, in About.me. You've been an advisor for. When you see these companies, and at the moment, just to kind of clarify, at the moment you're not really actively investing, right? You kind of still meet with some entrepreneurs, but you're not really, not like before before you started Milk, where you were really actively investing. But or are you?
Not really, not as much as I once was. I had a lot more free time back then, so I would take more meetings. But I think that now there's a community of people that you get to know that are also angel investors, and every once in a while they'll have a deal, or I'll see something cool and send it to them, or they'll see something cool and send it to me. And so it happens every few months, but it's not. I mean, I'm probably doing 4 or 5 things a year, maybe.
Yeah. And what are the criteria that everybody has, kind of standard criteria that they look for? What are the things that you immediately look for when you meet with an entrepreneur or a team?
Well, I like ideas that aren't Me Too ideas, that isn't just an improvement on something, or I am the Airbnb for this.
Yeah.
So new, fresh ideas, brilliant entrepreneurs. I think that I don't know if you've ever met Caleb from Yobongo. Do you know him at all? So Yobongo is one of those services that. What's that?
The group messaging? Is that
yeah, not many people have heard about them. They launched, and they kind of
acquired, right?
No, not yet. But they've been. He's one of those guys where I sat down with, and as an entrepreneur, I wasn't totally fully sold on the idea. I was like, well, this is a cool concept, but he was just so brilliant. I'm like, this guy's gonna do something huge eventually, So I kind of went all in on him, just because I know he's gonna kill it someday. But basically, products that I can get behind. I think that part of the value that I bring as an investor is like exposing some of the people that follow my work to cool new things.
Yeah.
And so, I try and get behind projects that I'm like, wow, I think that not only would I use this, but I know other people that would, and I can help that entrepreneur as well. And stuff that, also products that hopefully I can bring some product experience to as well. So if it's usability stuff, it's mobile, whatever it may be.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're talking about basically like helping with marketing or distribution,
right.
Like tweeting about it, using it, and getting that group to use it. What type of financial investments do you usually make? I mean, how are you? Does it vary completely? Is it in the in the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands? Where do you typically invest?
So I don't have a fund or anything like that. So
Sure.
it's just me personally. But typical angel deals are anywhere from like 25 to 75K per investment. I think that if there's later stage stuff, if you're investing in Facebook now, or not now, but Facebook 2 years ago, you're not going to put 25K in.
Yeah.
You definitely put a lot more once the company's a little bit more baked. Yeah, I mean, it really varies.
And I think people have this conception, and it may or may not be true. I'd love for you to tell us that you could pretty much get into any deal that you wanted to get into.
That's not true.
And yeah, is it not true?
That's not true. I mean, so a great example is
Who would believe that? If raise a hands, who would think Kevin could get into any deal?
Don't raise your
hands. Look, no one's raising their hands because you just said that. Look, sold me out. Not even one of the loyal guys. Well, thanks, Alex. Yeah. Won't forget that.
Square was a great example of that.
Yeah.
So Jack Dorsey, I've hung out with him a handful of times, just in passing at different parties and things like that. We've hung out and had conversations and whatnot, but I really don't know him that well. Better now since I made the investment. But I hit him up, and I heard about Square, and it was going around the valley. I heard like Jack's working on something. I was like, I don't know what this is. I didn't have a chance to see the deal. And then I heard that he was fully booked. I mean, everyone wanted him once they found out what this was. And I found out what it was, and I was like, oh, that's cool. That's really cool. That's going to be huge.
We used it tonight.
Yeah, I saw that. That was awesome. You have an old one, too. It's like really janky.
Yeah.
You got to get a new one.
It's like most of our stuff.
So I saw that deal, and I was like, wow, this is really awesome. I hit Jack up. I sent him an email. I'm like, can I get in? Come on. Like, what do you got? And he's just like, I can't let you in. I'm sorry. It's oversubscribed, blah, blah. And so I went out, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to make an awesome video. And so I went and shot an HD video of the Square for the first time. And I was like, this is how it works. This is why it's so cool, because I had a little early pre-release version of it. And the video ended up getting a couple 100,000 views. And I sent it to him.
Was
And-
professionally done and everything?
Yeah,
You-
totally. I
yeah.
had a whole HD crew come out, and it was awesome. And so, after I launched that, he was like, "Wow, you can drive some traffic and some usage. Like, okay, I'll make a little room for you." And that's how I got in.
You
that
sent
deal.
him the bill for the video.
Exactly.